Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to look at, should the Detroit Lions make a preseason trade? We'll get into that. We're going to get into a lot of other stuff, a 1-2 punch that might be the best in the league. And also, Amon Ra St. mixing it up again, man. Mixing it up again. All right. But before we get to all of that, let me kick it to my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Hey, it's great to be here today. Great show. A lot of information coming up. Let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. Hey, welcome back to the show, people. There are several possible trade scenarios for the Lions before we get into the season. Jim, what do you have on this?
Well, Prowl Nation, the Detroit Lions may be making some preseason trades. I would hope that they do. There's a couple of different options out there. You know, we have Terrell Crosby still, on the roster. He's a very versatile guy, but it might be a person that is attractive to another team. Maybe Jelani Tavai is attractive to some other team at this point. I don't know, but he actually could make the roster. I don't know how that situation is going to play out. And we have a plethora of draft picks that we could use as a bargaining chip for these trades. So number one, if we're looking for a receiver, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have an abundance of talent there. And Tyler Johnson might be on the outs there. And he's 6'2", 206 pounds. He fits in with us. He's only 22 years old. He was a 5th-round pick in 2020. I think that could be a possibility. Big kid. It could be a possibility for us to get us some improvement to improve that wide receiver room. We also have there's going to be a battle between Taylor Rapp of the Rams. We already have a really good relationship with the Rams. We have fleeced them a couple of different times. So he's a safety, Taylor Rapp, and he's a safety, 6 foot, 208 pounds. And he's going to be battling with Terrell Burgess, who's 5'11", 202, but both are starting caliber safeties. And I think that would be something that we would be looking for to start alongside Tracy Walker. Those are some of the trade possibilities that we could make. What are some of the trade possibilities that you think you might make? And that will be our family discussion topic of the day. What preseason trade, what people out there do you see? Curt, what do you got on thinking about trades this season?
The one big name that just hit the actual wire yesterday, maybe Michael Thomas, the wide receiver out of New Orleans, has a history with Dan Campbell, has a history with Aaron Glenn. So that may be a topic where they look at, hey, we might be able to pull the trigger and get some, fleece them for a couple of picks. They have salary cap issues.
His contract is very team friendly, though.
Yes, it is.
He's only like $1 million on the first year or something against the cap. That's guaranteed.
So yeah,
that would be a great move. That was a heist.
If that was a heist to make, I would take that one. Michael Thomas coming up from New Orleans. They got some issues down there in New Orleans right now.
They're in cap hell.
Cornerbacks retiring, just their secondary is just looking depleted. We'll see what's going to happen down there in the Crescent City. But now it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. But that's the trade I would make if I was the Lions. Michael Thomas, bring him up.
I would do that in a heartbeat, depending on what they're asking for.
Yeah.
They're asking for one of them first-round picks. I don't know. You give me. I'll give up a couple seconds for him, though. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
A heartbeat.
Definitely.
Heartbeat.
Okay, now, Jim. Now you have a news and rumors topic about a possible 1-2 punch that may be the best in the league.
Absolutely. You know what? There's one thing. I don't have a really high outlook on this season. We're going to get into some of that later, but this could be the best 1-2 punch in the NFL if they stay healthy. Jamaal Williams and DeAndre Swift. Why do I say that? That offensive line is amazing.
Yeah. Swifty and Swaggy.
Swifty and Swaggy. That's what he said. Jamaal Williams is amazing. If you haven't seen that little cut up, they got a few seconds of him mic'd up.
11 minutes. They got 11-minute one out there on YouTube, man. That thing is hilarious. Yeah,
I have not seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen the really short one.
Yeah, it's an 11-minute cut up on YouTube. It's follows him just about the whole practice, and it was hilarious. That guy is funny.
He is funny as hell. He really is, man.
Yeah.
So, but I honestly think of all the bad things I've been saying, like the defense, the secondary, the safety position is going to be a question mark, and I don't think we're going to win a lot of games this year. But this could be one of the best running back rooms in the league in this year. I know that sounds crazy right now, but if that offensive line is as good as we think it is, and they make even a little hole for DeAndre Swift or Jamaal Williams, this could be a 1-2 punch that, it really wows the league. And I'm so happy that this is the topic we get to talk about, a running game. People, we haven't had a running game in years.
No. I mean, not since Reggie Bush was here. That was a sustainable running game.
2013 or something.
Yeah, 2013, where pretty much Nate Burleson got on TV and begged Reggie Bush to come to Detroit.
He did too.
Pretty much, yeah. So,
but you know what? Here's the thing, though. It's only been 8 years since we've had a running game. So, and that was one season. So let me tell you something. This is a reason to be optimistic for this year. So reason to see that first preseason game. Do I think Swift is going to play? Probably not. Nah. I don't see him playing with that groin injury. We're going to get to the pain train in a while, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
but what we got something else that I think is really fun to talk about. Amon Ra St. Brown is he's a fighter. What do you got on that, Curt?
Yeah. The sun god, as he is the Egyptian sun god, is Ra. Is Amon Ra St. Brown mixing it up this time with the number 1 cornerback on the roster, Jeff Okudah, getting into some blocking drills, getting into some special teams action. They mixing it up. Both of them had a good tough rep and then skipped the line to jump and go again. So and they had to be kind of broken up by teammates wrestling to the. Hey, here's my thing. I know Dan Campbell is loving the intensity, but Amon Ra St. Brown, that dude ain't no chump. I mean, you look at what he's doing. And then there was the video of him jumping over Okudah during practice trying to make a tackle. So there's got to be some. Hey, Amon Ra St. Brown is one of those guys. I like his fire. I like what he's bringing to the roster. And I think he's going to be one of those guys that really comes out and proves his worth as that 4th round pick for the Detroit Lions. He is one of those guys. He's got a gigantic chip on his shoulder just because he knows everyone that was drafted above him, but he's a professional. He's not a regular rookie. This guy is not the usual guy. We've had some comparisons to a couple of good receivers that we've seen in person and admired from afar, like what's his Hines Ward is one of the
Ward is one that
and then Golden Tate is another guy that they kind of comparing him to.
Golden Tate actually was giving Amon Ra St. Brown some respect for that hurdle thing. He was dang.
That was one of those. That's one of those guys to look out for. I'm liking what I'm seeing for Amon Ra St. Brown. That guy is not afraid to mix it up and go in there and be physical. So I see a lot of good things coming from that young guy, but that intensity, I'm really liking it from Amon Ra St. Brown.
He ain't taking no shit.
No, he is not.
That is absolutely what I think about this guy. He's not taking it from nobody. And he's a rookie, but he certainly doesn't act like it. He's not going to acquiesce to anybody. He's not going to bow to anybody. He is the Egyptian sun god. And I love the way that he approaches his game. Okudah is the number 1 guy here. I want to go against him. I want to go against the best. I don't want to take out, one of these guys that may not be here next week.
Yeah.
I want to go against your number 1. And when you do that and you have that mindset, oh my goodness, this guy is going to be really, really good for us. Really, really good. You wait till they start drafting and bringing in the wide receivers they want to have here. This team's going to be amazing on offense. Definitely. They're going to be tough to stop. They really will.
They will be definitely.
So went through that, but now here's the good and bad news because we have the pain train now, and Man, there's a lot of cars on the pain train today.
It's gotten a little bit longer. All right, so we have the rookie Jamar Jefferson tweaked his ankle, not a high ankle sprain. He'll be back soon per Dan Campbell. He's questionable for the game on Friday. Quintez Cephas out with a head injury, questionable. I think I saw him warming up, but I don't think he did anything really yesterday. COVID-19 has Nick Williams out. Corn Elder, undisclosed injury. He's questionable as well. DeAndre Swifty, got a minor injury. Did the walkthroughs yesterday, but I think they're just kind of nursing him. They don't want to, rush him out there and get him injured. So, Leve Anzarike, the defensive tackle, defensive end, undisclosed issue. He's questionable. Same with John Pennicini. You look at a grade 1 hamstring for Tyrell Crosby, the offensive tackle, and we talked about as possible trade bait. So we got to get that issue fixed. All right, Quentin Dunbar, who's still out for personal reasons, has to be something major where he's missing so much time. So hopefully things work out for him. And no surprise to anyone on this show, Deshaun Hand, undisclosed injury, questionable.
No, I feel so bad. To be honest, you know what? I'm really feeling bad for the guy because he just gave a speech on how he is trying to stay healthy, and he did all this stuff, and he worked with people in the offseason, and then boom. Yeah.
Boom. All right. TJ Hawkinson got a little banged up yesterday in practice, but he said he's fine. According to Dave Burkett, he said he's all good. He just, wanted to make sure after the play happened, he just wanted to get back and be out for a minute. And the person that he got banged up with, they set out for a couple plays and they went right back in. So I think he's fine. Brashard Perriman,
Okudah, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yeah, Okudah. He was very busy in the practice yesterday. Brashard Perriman, out with a hip injury. Maybe he can get that fixed along with his hands. All right. Chad Henson's out with an undisclosed injury as well. Derek Barnes, the rookie linebacker, he returned to practice. So that was good. Full practice and pads yesterday. And so did Tyrell Williams with that undisclosed injury. Well, he had that pinky. He had a broken.
But he did something else too. It was some kind of a leg thing or something. Yeah, if I remember right, it wasn't the finger that was keeping him out.
Yeah, I think it was a leg injury, but he had the bad pinky swear as well. So, but he came back in full practice. I think they broke the pinky swear.
I'm so looking forward to seeing Derek Barnes if he plays. And
yes, definitely.
Based on this practice, I think he does play, and I want to see him play. I really do.
And you look at. Because those other guys were getting those reps and they were shining, so they were making cases for themselves to make a roster. If not in Detroit, somewhere else with Anthony Pittman and Deion Hamilton. So those guys are really doing their thing. So
yeah, absolutely. I love that we getting some guys healthy, but man, we're gonna have a lot of people out for this game.
But
that's what happens.
But I think the approach is that they don't want to push guys out there just because of the fact that they've seen how detrimental it's been with the injuries for Detroit in the past. So I think they're taking let's go ahead and make sure we keep this we keep these guys where they can keep them on the mend so they can get healthy.
Yeah, and maybe here we go to the point where maybe you've heard enough from us, so we're going to say what you had to say last show, and we're going to start off with Marcus Robinson, and I wanted to start out with this one because I got to address this. Stop the Jared hating. Can't wait for armchair coaches and GMs to eat a lot of crow. Go MF and Lions. I'm going to say this to you. I like Marcus Robinson. Number one. This is not personal, but I'm going to tell you this. You may have to eat some crow. You may have a large plate. And you would be an armchair coach or a GM as well, because you're saying that he's going to be great or good or whatever. And I'm saying I'm worried. I never said that he was going to fail and he's terrible and all this stuff. I said I have concerns, and I do. I have a lot of concerns. Does that mean that he's going to be totally, awful? No, no, that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that there is some things there that bother me. So that's not a hating thing. That is a reporting thing. So that's the difference there. But thank you for your comment, man. It's all good in the hood, man. Nothing but love for all nation. But I just had to say that.
Yeah. All right, Matthew Ferguson, gold member. Roby was the only silent may make any impact for the rest of the moves. In addition, man, just shuffling because we need bodies for preseason. We're not playing vets. Roby Coleman is a decent player. You know what I mean? He ain't nothing to crap on. I like Roby. Some of the other guys, yes, I agree with you. Definitely. Those guys are just kind of camp bodies, but Roby is one of those guys that can definitely make the roster. He's a very good player, very good slot corner, and he definitely can push some people on that roster.
It tells me Cornelder's injury may be a lot worse than we think.
I believe so as well.
That could be it, or it could be his 3 years with Aubrey Pleasant. And Aubrey Pleasant says, I don't know what I have in Cornelder right now. So I'm going to go with a guy. He's 29. He's a vet. He can help Mike Ford. I think there's a lot of good here. A lot of people think he's trash. I mean, I've seen this all over the place. They think
Roby Coleman is
trash. Yeah. But
Roby
I don't
Coleman?
think that at all. Yeah. Yeah.
That the same guy that guy, the Roby Coleman that played for the Broncos and all that. Yeah. The guy.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay.
I didn't say nothing bad. I mean, like him
I'm just asking for the. I mean, so in the comments,
I have seen it. I have seen it on YouTube where he's trash and stuff. Sage Surratt Robert says, and that is a credit to Curt Steele over there because he helped him change his name here. Just read this online. Now, we talked about this earlier. Not sure if it's 100% true. Saints are willing to trade Michael Thomas. His contract would be incredibly friendly for his new team. Essentially 1 year, $1 million. Yeah, we went over that. Fully guaranteed. 2 years, $16.8 million, or second year. Comes guaranteed the third day of 2022 league year. Third year would be $33 million. The fourth year would be $52.95 million.
And that's one of those deals of you can restructure that into a lot of bonus money and kick that can down the road. Yeah, that's a very team friendly deal. And if
he doesn't perform as expected, which I don't know why he wouldn't, third day of the before the third day of the league year, you cut him, or you make a trade. You do what you got to do.
Definitely. King SJ says, I like your thoughts, your insights on Calvin's situation. He's still one of my all-time favorite players, and glad I got to see him play live. Thank you always, guys. Thanks, King SJ. We appreciate that.
We do. Casey Bayboy says, been a Lions fan for 41 years and never more excited for a first preseason game. Me neither. I'm telling you, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Usually always excited for any football, but this one feels different. You're right about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And
yeah, I'm so ready for football. I'm so ready for football.
Another aside on this, I really am watching Dan Campbell and the coaching staff in this game.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact he was disappointed on Saturday. I love the fact that we brought in another kicker. By the way, that's just some news. But anyway, I love the fact that we, got new players in and take old players out, because Dan Campbell's like, no, I ain't having this.
Yeah.
I'm not having this. You ain't going to be playing like I want you to play. Bye. And I like that in him. I really do. And I think Brad Holmes, of course, has something to do with that. But I think Dan Campbell had a lot to do with that.
Definitely. All right. Dr. Detroit says and friend of the show, as always, gold member, the guys I'm excited for are McNeil, St. Brown, Swift, and Hawkinson. Now, this is directly towards me, so we will address this. Curt can talk that talk all day. He is no different than anyone else. I believe he's talking about Calvin Johnson from the NFL. From that standpoint, contracts are written for a reason, dude. I understand that. I'm not bashing or hate on him. I'm just saying his argument is BS. Well, here is the issue. Contracts are paper. People are human, and you have to put the human factor into it, where you have people and Calvin Johnson, if you don't know, Calvin Johnson played well above his contract. Calvin Johnson, I'm telling you, I believe that Calvin Johnson was one of those people who suffered from an opioid addiction. He had mental issues and he had to do everything to get himself on the field. You have to put the human factor into it, because people who suffer in silence, just because you sign a contract doesn't mean you're not human. It doesn't mean that. And you have so many people, just like we bring it up all the time. The Detroit Lions are bad business people as far as the NFL is concerned. We know this. We've been a losing franchise for decades. It's just, they just don't know how to do that. And to treat players that way is bad for business. You cannot do that because they're people. Andrew Luck got booed for announcing. Someone found out he was going to retire and posted it on social media during a preseason game, and his home crowd booed him, and they still gave him $6 million out of the door. And he didn't have anywhere close to the career that Calvin Johnson had.
Right. Absolutely, Curt. I get both points on this, though. I really do.
I get, I get the business factor. Don't get me wrong. I know business acumen. I'm not a slouch. I know that. I know that contract. Sure, I know that contracts are, you're supposed to honor your contract. Yes, but there are certain parts of human aspects of contracts. You just can't say that. And that's where people get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's where people seem to get it wrong, because of the fact that they don't factor in people are human, and they have feelings, and they have things that they go through. And when you go through stuff, I've been through stuff in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've been through some things. When you've been through some things, and you look at the people who are supposed to have your back and best interest, and you've given all you have for them, and they betray your trust and everything like that, coming back the other way, there's going to be some animosity. When the guy takes opioids, the guy does everything. The guy was injured his whole career. If the guy said he had a back injury where he couldn't feel his legs his rookie season, and he continued to play through his whole career, he could have retired after his rookie season. But he played and had a Hall of Fame career for a losing franchise, and he gave everything he had for the city and everything. The contract paper stuff can go out the window for me for some of it. I understand it. I get you. Well, especially being from a blue collar city like Detroit, I'm being from Flint. I understand that people work hard. You work for what you get and things of that nature. I get that. But he performed well above that contract. The guy was a face of the league on a losing franchise. They were putting those seats in butts to see Calvin Johnson, because he was the biggest draw, one of the biggest draws in the NFL. He was one of the biggest draws in other cities. You go to other cities and fans were wearing Calvin Johnson jerseys in the stands where he would come as a visiting player. And you tell me that you want me to say that it's cool that they took back whatever this little, the bonus money, where they could have let him walk with that and could have gave him more going out the door for a guy who played and made a Hall of Fame career for a losing franchise. Come on, man. You got to do better than that.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that. But we had comment cards, and we really appreciate that. And we select those from the bottom we select those from the bottom of the video. So just so you know where those come from. Yeah. And they're just random selections that I kind of make myself in a hurry.
But hey, Dr. Detroit, it's all love, baby. I understand I understand what you're saying. I get it. I know I get it.
My he gets it, but he's not with it.
Most of my whole family worked in the factories, and they worked hard, and they worked for General Motors, and they worked hard, and they got they worked for what they got. But I'm not saying to say that he did not earn that bonus money. That come on now, he outperformed the contract. And that happens all the time, because if you look at me, you give you my background. I work budget and resource management in the Army, and then we have plenty of contractors that outperformed their contract and got bonuses. So
I'm gonna tell you one thing: Curt Steele on this show has outperformed his contract. For sure.
I appreciate it. But you know what I'm saying. But there are plenty of people that have outperformed contracts, and they've gotten bonuses and all things of nature, and or getting discounts and everything. So hey, man, you preaching to the choir with that one, brother.
For sure. So now we go to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man, Curt.
All right. It is brought to you by Delightful Bites Cookies. That bakery is so good. Custom desserts and cookies for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now, there's the love that we're seeing from one Golden Tate for Amon Ra St. Brown is our dessert for Curt for today. He posted on Twitter, I think I love this guy. You look at the play where he jumped over Jeff Okudah, but that's not the first time that Amon Ra St. Brown has done that in practice. He jumped over plenty of people, hurling people. I think it was the Iffy was a victim before of that as well. Amon Ra St. Brown is doing his thing. He is going to be one of the faces of the Lions for the foreseeable future. I can see that young fella is doing his thing, and he's turning heads not only in Detroit but across the league. So Amon Ra St. Brown getting some love from Golden Tate on Twitter. Hey, that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites.
Yeah, my final thoughts for today are I'm very happy they brought in a kicker. They just brought in the wrong one because this guy sucks too. I mean, sorry, but he's not that good either, and that bothers me just a little bit. I think they probably are going to make another move once some kickers get released.
Yeah,
I don't think our kicker for the year is on the roster. I don't.
My thing is it's the guy who Matt Prater replaced. You bring in the guy that Prater replaced to. I don't understand that.
You swap. I don't know why they didn't keep Prater. That really is one move that I don't understand. But it could have been something internal that they just didn't feel like, was something up with him. I don't know. Maybe they knew something we didn't. Because this staff so far has been great.
He had a down season last year. I don't know if it was a personal thing with him saying, hey, it's time for me to move on. So it we all don't know what's going on with that internal works of that decision, but I'm glad we did bring in the kicker. Right. Hopefully he can do better than the other guys.
Today, also for final thoughts today, we also have Gold members meeting at 3:00 today. I will be there. Curt has a special guest today, so he will not be there. Tell him who that special guest is.
My daughter and granddaughter will be arriving here in about 6 hours, so I'll be going to pick them up here. So I'll be going to pick them up in Raleigh here in a few hours. So great time for them. I'm so excited for them to visit. I haven't met my youngest granddaughter yet, so she's coming. My daughter's coming for about a weekend, and it's going to be a great time.
Nice. Yep. Oh, that's so cool. But that's it for my final thoughts there. Shout out to Prowl Nation, just holding it down in the chat and all that stuff. Curt is rocking his new shirt here today. I still haven't got mine. I'm still waiting. It seems like it takes him a little while. But anyway, so that's it for today. Looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow we talk about Buffalo Bills, and we're gonna preview them just a little bit, just some players to watch and stuff like that. So you can get ready for that first preseason game, which we are all excited about.
Yes.
But anyway, definitely. What's your final thoughts for today?
All right, my final thoughts for today is I like the physicality of the young receiver, Amon Ra St. Brown. I think that he is going to be a star in the league. Watch out. We were looking for the face of the Lions. It just may be Amon Ra St. Brown. Watch out for that young fella. And of course, as always, I want to thank Dr. Detroit for his insight, what he feels. I get it. We're all family here, what I'm saying? And families have disagreements, it is always not peachy keen all the time. So, hey, I understand what your point of view is, but I have my own. And, hey, you say you think you're right. I'm thinking I'm right. And we're going to keep it moving on. You know what I'm saying? But as always, hey, we thank you guys for being part of the show, and we love you guys. We love our family right here with Prowl Nation. Hey, let's walk over to the Wall of Fame to see who we have today. We have our bronze members. We have Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, Bubba Bogarakis, Justin Tinkate, Saysara Roberts, Crystal Wiley, John Kapler, Art Allen, Jimbo G, David Anderson, and the Latino Lion. For our several members, we have Nomus J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold, Batman of the 313, John Martin, and their tornado, the F5 is blowing through. All right, then we have our gold members. We have Michael Huck, who always has some great contributions in the gold members meeting. Just in the D, we have Larry McQuiston, Turner C. Burley, Dominic Davis, Bob Krozowski. We have Pride 74, Matthew Ferguson, who always brings the heat, Randall Flag 606, Miles Gibbs, Randy Prince, their Gridiron Blitz. We got the big fella, North End Ken, who's always bringing some good content over in the Gold Members meeting. And we got the fella, big man, Dr. Detroit. He's always in. To be a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button in the description or the Detroit Lions on the Prowl logo at the bottom of the screen.
And Dr. Detroit doesn't have an X by his name anymore. So.
Yeah, we fixed that. Hey, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And go over to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com and check us out over there. And you can go over and check out lionsontheprowlshop.com. And Jim has on his Lions on the Prowl family shirt. I got on Prowl Nation today, proudly. And go over there. You can get that gear. And, you know, we have another shirt over there. We got your kneecap biter shirt. You know what I'm saying? You can get one of them things over there too. And then you can get the What Up Though shirt. So all of that stuff is over there on lionsontheprowlshop.com, and get your gear and be a part of Prowl Nation. Hey, and you can check us out over there on bellyupsports.com. Fantasy leagues are heating up, and get your fantasy advice over there on bellyupsports.com. And they also have the MLB coverage for you. For the playoff races are really, really going hard over there on bellyupsports.com. You got some ton of podcasts over there, and you have some talented writers with some good information on bellyupsports.com. Get yourself some Lions gear. Hey, you know, I got the 2021 sideline gear away cap on right now.
Sweet.
And I got it over on fanatics.com. Click the link below, and a portion of the proceeds go to help us grow the content on this channel. It is Wednesday, hump day, baby. Hey, don't forget to go over and get you some Delightful Bites cookies as well. And, you know, a little dessert with your man Curt, and it goes with your lunch. You know what I'm saying? So you can get you some to go with your lunch. Now, wipe the crumbs off your face, clean your desk off, finish your soda, and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.